Okay, guys and girls, hello, welcome back to the Vehicle Repair Toolbox videos. We are so obsessed about electronics, electronic diagnosis these days, that we forget that we had a primitive past. Today, I actually want to talk about non-electronic diagnosis and how you can sense your vehicle. Right, okay, human beings have been around on this planet for quite a while, and automobiles in human beings' evolutionary process has not actually been around that long, and we're accustomed to knowing our environment and sensing changes. If you use your brain and just think, you can feel vibrations underfoot, you can feel the wind, you can feel temperature, you can feel pressure changes in the atmosphere as well. I don't know if you can, I know I can. I know when it's going to rain because of the pressure in my ears. I can't go deep in the swimming pool because of that fact, yeah, but I can feel the rain coming on because the pressure in the atmosphere will change, yeah. Now, everybody has that sense of their environment, and when you are trying to find a problem on your vehicle, or you first come across something that doesn't feel right and it feels uncomfortable, you'll want to investigate. Now, this is the time where you actually switch the radio off and you don't take anybody with you, and you go for a ride and try to feel. And this is what it's about. It's just using that primordial sense to get an idea what's going on. Now, with your car, when you're driving, I'm talking about cars here, and vans. Okay, vans bang like hell because they've got big panels. HGVs, unless you've got actually something quite drastic, it's going to be harder to spot, yeah. But cars, the whole thing's a box, and things vibrate in the box and it reverberates, yeah. Acoustics, if you like. So I'm sitting here and I'm connected to my feet and my hands and my ears, and not my eyes so much because I'm concentrating on what I'm doing driving, even though it's automatic. It's a auto sense or whatever, I don't know, but I can drive on autopilot, and can then start to use my my body senses. Okay, so what I feel sometimes in this vehicle is a pull to the right, but when I look, I can see the camber of the road is adverse, which means that it's actually pulling me over. It's a small car, so it's more sensitive on the road. I go across crappy roads like they are in England. I'm feeling the suspension. I'm not doing any great speed. I'm listening for squeaks, bumps, clicks, bangs from the suspension. I'm also feeling how the engine's running under load. The stuff like that is actually priceless, and it doesn't take much to actually tune in. This is what they mean by connecting to someone. Now, if I want to check my suspension, for instance, I'll go on a rough road. If I want to check my steering, I will go on a flat piece with some corners on it, and then start to work it out from there. I went down here earlier actually, and there was a dog on the road, and he's still here. I nearly hit him. This time I can see him, so it's all right. Yeah, he must live there. Yeah, so we have evolved, and we've got to this point where we still have our primordial senses. This is what I'm trying to say, and we can use those in our modern age with modern technology, yeah, which is an automobile, yeah. And knowing the layout of a vehicle, knowing the systems, obviously does help. Anybody who's a novice might find it a bit hard, but just a little bit of research, looking at the layout of a vehicle, you know, if it's got a clunk, bang, click, it's going to be suspension when it's bumping up and down. If you're braking and it squeals, it's going to be brakes, isn't it? Yeah. If it clicks or bangs, it could be something with the braking system, but more likely suspension. Steering problems could also be suspension related, because obviously when you turn the wheel, it's moving the suspension as well, yeah. a lot of noises actually, and this comes down to when I worked in a garage. We had a lighter vehicle garage. We had a Land Rover Discovery come in. This was like 200 TDI, so it was a while ago, and the customer was complaining about squeaking when they were going over bumps. It was really annoying her, and we took the vehicle for a test drive, and that was me and a colleague, and surprisingly, yeah, there was a squeak there, and it was in the back of the vehicle. So one of us had to go into the back and sort of like try and find it while the vehicle's moving, and it turned out to be two plastic panels rubbing together, yeah, but only when the vehicle's moving and twisting, yeah. So we nailed it. It took a little bit of time to actually secure that panel properly so it wouldn't make that noise, but the customer was happy. They didn't know any different, yeah. And the thing is, from her, it was a verbal description was like, oh, well, it's squeaking when it's moving, which doesn't mean anything to anybody unless you're actually there and you can hear it, yeah. Now this is what I find on the internet with people. Sometimes they'll come to me and it's like, oh, I got this banging when I do this or that, and it's like, well, okay, unless I grill you for the next 6 hours, I've got to go on the main road now, grill you for the next 6 hours and find out exactly what's happening, I'd rather just get the vehicle and crack on with it. So I tend to shy away from people who ask me questions specifically about certain noises. The death wobble on the Land Rover is a classic one, and it's been covered so much because it's such a common fault. Such a common fault, it's unbelievable. Now I'm not going to say what it is because you can just Google it really quickly. Right, so I'm on a main road now, and what I'm trying to do, because this does pull a little bit, I need to find a flat piece to see if it's actually pulling on the flat. Well, my usual drive to work, the camber is horrendous, and I noticed it every time. But I took another vehicle out on the same road just by chance. I thought, yeah, actually it is pulling. I'm now on a flat here and it's okay. It feels okay. I'm doing 62 miles an hour, and I think it's 60 miles an hour on an A road single carriageway, isn't it? Guy's got past me at 70. Well, good luck to him. I'm not going any faster because I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. So anyway, all right. Roads in this country are actually terrible. Yeah, they're terrible, and I think very much so that this is for road testing. To find a smooth flat road, I'd have to go to Germany. But again, now it's really windy. Now it's really, really windy. It's pushing the car all over the place, yeah? Handle's okay. So anyway, right, I can turn around now. I know that this is okay, that my suspension and steering is fine, the tracking is fine. Check the tyres. Check the tyres for uneven wear, it's fine. So I put that down to road conditions at a certain point, yeah. Right, horse box, shit, can't do it. Yeah, so I put it down to the road conditions. I mean, if I got out and actually walked the road, I'd know what was going on with it. Yeah, so that's it. Basically, it's a little bit of knowledge from my brain telling you what I know. I know sometimes it's hard to trace faults, but it's where you tune in and start to think. I generally don't rely on what people say, and especially in my trade, when you get a service manager who tells you that you've got to take a bumper off to remove a radiator, when all you need to do is undo about 3 clips and the hose is off, then do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyway, that's enough from me. We'll call that a day and wait for the next video. Might be a good one. See you later.